We no fear.
I don't know where I was planning on landing.
I don't know what. Apparently, you thought you could walk on fire.
Yeah. Oh, at least I get to keep my leaf.
Yep. Yeah, boy.
But I'm gonna try to see if I can. Because I think I got a Hammer Brothers suit still. Because I still haven't bothered to use it.
Whee!
No fear.
No fear whatsoever. No! I'm bad at jumping.
Oh, that had everything.
I got pretty far though. Are you impressed?
Yes.
I'm so much better at this game now. Yay! Oh, you look like you have. Okay, I shouldn't be laughing.
That was bullshit.
You should have ran. You know that running does it.
Yeah,
Why?
but I'll be too tall for it.
No, you're not.
Too tall to run.
No, not at all.
Because you ran when you were little and the laser just barely went over you.
No, it's still, you're still fine, sweetie. You ran under the other ones.
God damn it. Oh, why? Why are you doing this to me?
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know why you chose the hammer. Oh, well, speaking of. He was a frog. I don't think I can run fast, though.
You got two Hammer Brothers.
Let's try it. I like special.
You can run.
Yeah, I can. I still made it, and I'm tall now. It's all good.
No, it's gonna be another one of those levels.
See?
At least this is like the last one that you like have to deal with like bullshit.
No fear. Okay. We no fear. But I got better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna come in handy.
Man, you cut it real close on that one.
It's on the leg laser.
Yeah.
Just barely over my head.
Ooh, you barely like, oh my gosh. You need to learn no fear.
So I was trying to do, and then I went right into the thing.
To get to do the running.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
It's because like when I lose it, I keep forgetting I don't have it.
Get right there. Oh well.
At least I'm inching forward. And you're getting better at this.
Yeah. Yay! No fear. I'm gonna make so many people nervous by doing that, alright?
Possibly. Sometimes I don't know how I do like what I'm what I'm doing. My anxiety.
Sometimes you just gotta have the leap of faith. Do that a lot with this one now.
Oh yeah.
Like the past few levels have taught me that skill. But funnily enough, only the last few levels taught me that.
Yeah, sometimes I think like the early levels are like kind of easy. And like I think this one like broke a lot of things like I used to think about like Mario games.
Yeah.
And then going and playing Mario World, that goes and breaks other things. Like,
Yeah.
like how the turtle shells work.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't do the running.
That's because that's what screwed me up the last time.
Really?
Yeah. See, that's what I was
Yay.
trying to do.
I think it's like...
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Stupid donuts.
Save.
So, yeah, because this is the boss battle. And this is the strangest part about this one. I used to be so good at this, I used to make him break all the bricks.
Yeah. You can't jump on his head.
You can technically, I think, kill him with fireballs, but like the amount of dodging you have to do and shooting is annoying.
So basically you're supposed to trap him.
Yeah. Oh crap. Like, what you're supposed to do is dodge him when he like jumps like way high in the air.
Uh-huh.
And see, he breaks those bricks. Shit.
Oh man. Yeah, he's safe.
Okay.
We're not cheating, you're cheating.
See, his timing looks weird in this one.
I know, he doesn't have like a system, because sometimes he jumps at 1, sometimes he jumps at 2, huh?
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah. Oh.
But...
Whoa! Oh my god, what do you do? Oh my god.
Run out.
Oh my god. The stress. Oh my god, the stress. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're stressing me out. Oh my god. God. Oh my god.
doesn't make you stressing out shit. Ah. Come on, jump up here. I know you'll do it. Oh. That was cool. How did he shoot that fire?
Shoot what? Up there?
Yay!
Yay! Oh my god.
He rumbles when he falls. Yay, music!
Okay. Oh god.
The
Technicolor door.
Right? There's a rave going on in here.
Woot woot. Hi, princess.
You made her cry. I think she looked better in the other one.
Yeah. Thank you, but our princess is in another. What? Just kidding.
It's like, fucking bitch.
Smack her. She's teasing me the whole time.
Ugh.
Oh god. That's my colon. That's a visual representation of my colon right now.
Jesus Christ.
You act like you never heard a lady talk about her colon.
Grassland, that one wasn't so bad. The desert.
It is all pictures of you.
Right?
Just screw Mario.
Oh.
I was terrible. No, that's you,
Sad.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're all pictures of me. Big Island. See, they actually have like names on them. We used to just call them Giant World,
Yeah.
Water World,
The sky.
the Imatanukisu, the Iceland.
Iced land.
Pipe maze.
that outfit.
Castle of Koopa. So yeah, I like this one.
I kind of like how they finished it out. Another physical representation or visual representation of my colon, just in case you forgot. But yeah, no.
With the end.
The end, right? The end. Sphincter clenched in rage. More like anxiety, actually. No.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like that one, but it's not my favorite of the Marios. I still prefer the first one over it
Yeah.
because it still had more simple mechanics. The only thing that I like about it really is that you can pick up the shells,
Yeah.
and then the suits are nice.
You know, the funny thing is, like, okay, I never actually played this game. Well, I did get to watch my brother play it, and I used to think the cutest thing was the maps and how they set up the maps when you're like traveling down the roads and you're little tiny chibified Mario or chibified Luigi, and it's so cute and everything else. And then, yes, the suits. So I think, like, so far I don't have a favorite one that we played so far because I have a difficult time with all of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally like figuring out some of the mechanics like this late in the game. I'm a slow learner apparently. But the thing is, just like how in Sonic, I see how each one has like its appeal.
Yeah.
With these ones, I see how each one has its appeal. Like the first one is iconic. It's just, it's really good, simple gameplay. It's interesting and it keeps you going forward, right?
Yeah.
Second one introduced new things like going vertical rather than horizontal.
Yeah.
And then like also the pulling and using things as weapons, which actually gets used later on in like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
This one introduced the costumes, which are very iconic for this particular game. Like everyone thinks now of like the Tanuki suit or like the frog suit, and automatically they remember this game.
Yeah, and I don't think people really connect the fact that you have a lot of costumes and you're like on a stage. Like that's the whole idea of the opening. That's the curtains there, you know. To me, it kind of introduces everything and like puts it away, like how it does here at the end. Kind of like how part 2 is like you're in a dream, and the whole thing is like, oh yeah, you had a dream, and then now you're ending the dream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like they have a big opening and closing to it, which they didn't have in the first one.
Yeah, they didn't really have that in the first one. It was more like it was the simplified version of all of them.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of makes that one like where you don't kind of question those things like I got a mushroom to grow bigger, I got a fire flower to like throw fireballs. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, but like that time you're like, oh yeah, if you collect that you get this, and you're like, okay.
It was easy just to swim in this like, and with the second one and this one, I had moments where I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to do this again? Like, I thought, like, how I questioned the stars. I'm like, okay, well, stars are supposed to be good, right? Why are there stars now for bad things? Like, I didn't realize that the bombs exploded into stars and that was a bad thing. Because when I begin a level, you start out as stars that collect into yourself.
Yeah,
when you regenerate.
See, in the second one, the bombs, when they explode in this like little, kind of like the old POW bang.
Yeah.
And it said bomb.
Yeah, like I liked that version of the bombs exploding.
This one that kind of exploded into like a weird circle of stars.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, I saw the second one.
I'm still trying to remember if I think there's bombs in Mario World, but I don't know if they follow the same mechanic. This one, I don't really like the color of them. Like they're this weird bluish.
Purple, kind of like, kind of weird.
And I think they were cuter in the second one. They like were a little more round.
Except they did have beefy arms, which made me think too much of like Trogdor, but that's another story.
Yeah. So I like how
consummate peas.
I like how they took what was in Mario 1 and kind of Mario 2, like the throwing things and stuff like that, and collecting items. And this one, though, I think throws a whole bunch of mechanics at you from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand why Fred Savage and that one little kid that was in the game, or the movie.
I never watched...
Yeah, we still have to watch
I never watched The Wizards. But...
And, like, I can understand why that was, like, such a big deal then. And when you play the game, you're like, there's, like, so much crap in this. And I was like, oh, yeah, if you use the hammer on the world map, you can break this rock and go and find these other things. And you were like, what? Why? How does that make sense? It's like, well, I don't know, it's a hammer and a rock. And it's like, yeah, but how are you supposed to know to use that there? And, like, how are you supposed to know?
The music box.
Yeah, like, it puts the Hammer Brothers to sleep.
The cloud. Like, the cloud, I thought... why did I have to do that level? It's still... I'm like, I thought the cloud was supposed to take you away from that level or something. I don't know. And then there's the flute, which is too Zelda for me, but I guess this was before Ocarina.
Before even A Link to the Past, which is where the
flute is introduced. And it carries you all. Yeah,
it's. I think it's actually the same song from this one, that or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different kind of song, but yeah, it warps you. In A Link to the Past, that one warps you to a different area of the map, where this one, like, depending on what level you're on, I think if you're, like, in the first 3 worlds, it warps you to the next 3 worlds, and then if you use the flute there, it'll warp you to the last, like, 7 and 8 or something like that.
So, if this came before that one, then how come it's so much more iconic with Link? Like, people didn't use the flute as much in this game, huh?
No, because in this one, it's like the whole idea is to warp, and unless you actually find the flute, you don't use it. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the Zelda games, the flute is like one of your items.
You have to use it,
and you don't have to, but it makes things a lot easier than having to trek back all the way to one area and then trek all the way back to another area, and then it like saves you time, and so you use it a lot, and so that's why it becomes more of a thing. Finally, the end of this one. This was a long... I wouldn't say it was trudging until we got to, like, the very last 2 levels.
Oh my god, yes.
And then at that point, it was just war of attrition against, like, some other levels.
Yeah. I do have to say, there were some, levels that I actually enjoyed, even though I was terrible at this game. So I'm like, okay, this one I liked a lot better than the second one, to be quite honest. Because the second one kind of did put me to sleep, whereas this one definitely kept me engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
Even though I would get frustrated with it at points, but
Yeah, and I like that, like how we were. I think we were saying like when we were playing Sonic, like they have music that's very iconic to those games. Like this one has music that's very iconic to the Mario games.
Yeah.
And like this one is still done by the same guy from the very beginning. You know, they didn't like outsource to Michael Jackson like Sonic.
Yeah, Michael Jackson didn't get credited for that.
Yeah.
But yes, he did.
But I like that they keep things, they just build on things that they have already, which kind of, you know, they do in Mario World, but I think they kind of take a bigger departure. But you can see like the beginnings of going towards the Super Nintendo where they have like the world map and like you get more items and like different things that it's more built upon. And like I think once you get to Mario World, that's where I feel like it's the most fleshed out of like getting items. You know, the
You think I'm gonna have
balance.
a better time with Mario World
I think
than
you
these
should,
ones?
because also we have Yoshi, which like to me helps out a lot. To
If I
me,
could figure out the mechanics.
yeah, and it brings together I think the world a lot better. I don't even think you're like saving the princess in that one.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the one. The whole idea is that they stole the Yoshi eggs or something like that. Actually,
Sounds interesting.
yeah. So we'll have to see when we get to that point. Finally, the end of this one, we can move on to that one. Yay! Finally,
Yeah.
win for us.
Well, win for the Minion because he
Yeah.
did most of the game.
Well, you get the wins in Sonic, but I try to write your coattails on that one because I suck at Sonic.
I was good at the mini games.
Yeah.
And I figured out how to run at the end.
Yeah.
It took me 3 freaking Marios to figure out how to run and jump at the same time.
Yeah.
People. Oh my god, I'm terrible.
So yeah, I think you'll have an easier time with the Mario World. And then now that you're running and jumping a lot better, I think you'll have an easier time with that.
No, God, I hope.
You'll just have to get used to the flying mechanic because it's no longer tap tap tap. It's kind of, I don't know, it's weird, but
it's like Flappy Bird.
Almost like that. I would like say you just have this like forward and backwards kind of when you use your cape, but you'll see.
Okay, well.
You'll see when we get to.
Oh, is that where the cape gets introduced?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now it's a feather instead of a leaf. So.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing that they like.
Okay, that doesn't make sense.
But yeah, they got rid of the leaf, but oh well.
So I guess it was too Japanese.
I guess.
Whatever.
But
yeah. That was the fun part of this. I liked the tanuki suit.
I like the cute outfits.
Yes, the frog. I am frog. It's adorable.
Yeah, those are fun. But this has been Versus a Game. I'm the Minion.
And I'm Meowgid. Meow meow meow. Bye bye, guys.